What is vibing? This is Vish, and today I'm going to talk about my Shambhavi Mahamudra experience. Sadhguru is a yogi, mystic, and visionary who has been enlightening the world. I came across him about a year or two ago, and it was just through a bunch of YouTubing, and eventually I was able to see the wisdom in the videos that he had to offer. I've always been, I guess, a relatively deep thinker, and as a result, a lot of the things he would answer with questions about life, existence, meaning, he was able to explain it so well and eloquently, but more importantly, in a logical and simple way. I do have to note that my mom had found him a couple of years before me, and she was really into him. And back then, when I wasn't on the spiritual journey, I was very oblivious to all these nuggets of wisdom that he had to offer. To me, it just seemed like another guru that was just talking, and so I wasn't really open to it. As I started seeing video after video, I became even more interested as I continued to watch. Sadhguru kept giving guidance and directions towards specific questions. However, he would never directly answer any of the questions. And that left me even more pondering as to what the truth was. I then came across the inner engineering program, which initially was taking place in person. However, due to the COVID pandemic, he was able to switch into doing it all online. And to keep it real with y'all, I was kind of pushing off the program when I enrolled in it. It was a 7-day program, or really just an hour and a half for each class, 7 classes. And to be honest, it's really not that much. However, I just never consciously made time for it, and that's what led to delay. As Sadhguru puts it in a beautiful way, I do think he does refer to the whole program with inner engineering as well as Shambhavi and all those things happening together, as in the whole initiation, being about 30 hours. And it's a very simple question, which is your life not worth 30 hours of investment? I know we're all living busy lives. I'm a computer science student at UT, and there's a lot of things going on. However, regardless of how happy, or let's say how sad you are, might as well make your life more meaningful and your own existence exuberant. And that is why inner engineering. I will be making another series as to general reflections for each of those days of engineering. However, to honor the integrity of the actual program itself, I will be not discussing any of the details of the class and just talking about the general reflection that I have. And there I was. I finally finished all of the online engineering classes. And at this point, the only thing left was the initiation, which at the time was only taking place in person. However, there were talks about Sadhguru making it online, and this was mainly due to the COVID pandemic. So I was really grateful that this was happening. However, at the same time, a little confused and almost very anticipatory for the actual initiation, because that was like the big deal for this whole program and really just the start of the spiritual awakening through Sadhguru's connection. As Sadhguru describes, the actual initiation is something that really can't even be explained with words. It does go into the areas of energy as well as consciousness, and these are things that are beyond the mind. So the words I even describe with this whole experience is not going to do justice, and that is why I'll be talking very surface level about it. So the initiation, as he describes, is really some sort of almost connection that he's able to establish with you. And you might think, or the mind might think, that you have to meet the guru in person. However, according to Sadhguru, if you are, as he says, willing and open, he can initiate you wherever you are in the world, and you don't have to even be with him. As he describes, he's actually initiated way more people he hasn't met in person than he has met in person. And again, that is something I just don't know how true or not true it is. But that is why it's all about the experience that matters, and keeping the mind open to the possibility of just saying, I don't know. The moment you say, I don't know, you're open to what could come. Making that jump to the conclusion of this is true or this is not true, those are equal in terms of value, because in both examples, you just don't know. And so that is why I just trust the process and I follow through with the initiation. Eventually, the program did open up online, and this was really meant for people that already completed the online program for inner engineering. So I was truly grateful to have finished that. And so within a jiffy, I quickly signed up, paid the fees that were involved, and then got registered for the January 24th initiation day. Leading up to that day, there were about 2 to 3 classes that led up to it, and these were just preparatory classes and really just preparatory asanas to get initiated. It was really just geared towards getting the body and system in as optimal of a condition to be receptive to this initiation, and it was recommended that you do it twice a day, and so I did it till that day. I even made a quick trip to Houston to see my really close spiritual friend named Kasun, who has also had a huge impact on the spiritual journey of me. And even there, I took the practices and continued doing it there and didn't make any excuse of it. Because as Sadhguru says, isn't your life worth a few hours of investment to make it truly exuberant? Finally, it's Sunday, and I had to wake up a little early. It wasn't too early. However, I was definitely looking forward to it, and it was all of that waiting finally happening, and I was ready. Now, obviously, I can't explain exactly what happened, but the initiation did occur, and the whole process itself went from about 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., so it was super long, and I actually wasn't eating that day either. It was Ekadashi, and so it kind of worked out. Ekadashi is really just a fast day. It usually goes for about 24 hours, and you can take it to 32 if you want. And so it definitely made it interesting, being focused on that one whole practice of initiation as well as not having food in the system. Definitely made that whole experience a spiritual practice. And now for the part that you're probably waiting for, which was, what was the experience like and how did I feel afterwards? It was definitely an interesting experience, to say the least. Something I'd never experienced in the past, and I guess something did happen in terms of the actual initiation and that connection being established. Again, I can't prove it and I can't disprove it. However, I will be open to it, and that is why I trust this connection that I have with Sadhguru now from that initiation. So now the initiation was more than just the ending of this journey. This was the beginning, the opening. And as a result, I was given a set of instructions as to follow the Shambhavi Mahamudra meditation for about twice a day for 40 days, completing that one mandala cycle, and then doing it once a day for 6 months after. So currently, I've been doing this meditation every single day, twice a day. I just passed a week, and the benefits have been incredible. Whether it's just general well-being, or even feeling that taste of exuberance, just being present all the time, and even flexibility from the asanas required for the practice. It has truly been a game changer in the spiritual journey. It is only the beginning, as I said earlier, and I would highly encourage you all to check out Inner Engineering by Sadhguru and eventually get initiated, which will also be offered online. I will be surely sharing more of the experience and journey, and as described, the more you do it, the more effects you will feel and experience. And so this is only the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. This responds to the initiation of Shambhavi Mahamudra by Sadhguru. I'm truly grateful for each and every one of you, as well as the presence of Sadhguru. And as Eckhart says, let's make this a new earth.